Welcome back to 5minSmart. Today is Saturday, April 11th, 2026. I'm Liam.
And I'm Alice. Today, we're talking about the biggest shift in the global economy since the internet went mobile. We're moving from the era of generative AI to agentic AI.
Exactly. For the last few years, we've been impressed by AI that can talk. But 2026 is the year AI started doing. We're seeing a massive transition where artificial intelligence is being granted transactional authority.
It's a huge leap from where we were in 2024. Remember when we were all just excited that a chatbot could write an email? Now, we're talking about agents that manage the entire project the email was about.
Right. Back then, it was all about prompting. Now, it's about delegating. Alice, you were mentioning the difference in how these entities operate in the market today compared to 2 years ago.
Yes, Liam. In 2024, AI was a cognitive tool. In 2026, it's a sovereign economic actor. It's identifying opportunities, negotiating prices, and settling trades, all without a human clicking approve.
That brings up the A2A economy, agent to agent. We're seeing trillions of dollars in value being swapped between digital agents that don't need a user interface. They just need an API and a wallet.
And that's where things get tricky. Do you remember the flash crash of January 2026? That was the first time we saw what happens when autonomous agents get into a loop.
I remember it vividly. The S&P dropped 4% in 7 minutes because a group of logistics agents overresponded to a minor supply chain delay in the Suez. They started hedging simultaneously, and the human traders couldn't keep up.
Exactly. It was a 0.5% boost to global GDP in terms of efficiency, but it introduced a new kind of algorithmic volatility. We've had to implement new circuit breakers for agents just to keep the market stable.
And it's not just the stock market. Think about personal finance. Alice, I heard your personal agent had a disagreement with an insurance bot last week.
It did. My agent was trying to negotiate a lower premiums based on my health data, but the insurance bot was pulling some obscure 2025 regulation. They went back and forth for 3 hours, processed about 10,000 variables, and finally settled on a 12% discount. I didn't even know it was happening until I got a notification that I saved $200.
That is the dream, isn't it? But there's a catch. If your AI agent makes a mistake and spends $10,000 on the wrong cargo or a bad insurance policy, who is responsible?
That is the legal minefield. The new Digital Agent Responsibility Act, or DARA in the EU, is trying to address this. It basically says the owner is liable, but the developer has a duty of care. It's complicated, and the law is still playing catch-up.
We are moving from using tools to supervising departments. And that requires a new kind of literacy. It's not about how to use the AI, it's about how to audit the AI's actions.
It really is. We're all middle managers now, even if we're just managing our own personal digital lives.
This is a whole new world. I'm heading to a brunch with some tech-savvy friends later. I need a way to summarize this without sounding like I'm living in a sci-fi novel. Give me today's smart-sounding sentence.
Here's one that will make you sound like a policy expert. The transition from generative outputs to agentic outcomes represents the commoditization of transactional authority, effectively turning AI from a productivity tool into a sovereign economic actor.
The commoditization of transactional authority. That is perfect. It captures that sense of independence.
Just don't let your AI agent pick up the check yet, Liam.
I'll keep a close eye on the notifications. Well, that's all for today. If you want to stay ahead of the curve as we navigate this new economy, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We are completely community funded by listeners like you. If you value our independent research, please check out the Ko-fi link in the description. Your support keeps us going. Stay smart, stay informed, and we'll see you tomorrow.